What's going on, Trenton Thunder fans? Welcome to episode 3 of Feel the Thunder. I'm John Bodner alongside my co-host Jeff Hurley and our first in-person guest, Dan Sczweck, the commish.
I'm here. It's great to be here.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. The first reappearance, double podcast. Bringing the boom, now Feel the Thunder. Do you feel special? Well, you always feel special.
I do always feel special, but is this a future trivia question?
Maybe.
The first repeat guest?
That's right. Oh, Ben, the trivia days. We should have come up with some questions just to mess with Dan.
We can.
Although I do have some fun. I do have some fun playing for you.
Was I 5 for 5 that day?
I believe so. I believe it was you and Tom.
And Tom McCarthy. We were the only people to go 5 for 5.
Yeah. We clearly.
Trivia
it clearly wasn't hard enough.
I don't even know if I got to be a part of this episode. I think it's just going to be the John and Dan show. But carry on, guys.
Oh man, a lot of stuff going on. Good things. No intro today. We're just rolling because Dan was kind enough to join us here in person. But obviously a lot going on. It's been beautiful outside. A little bit cold this week. Not sure what happened to the spring and summer temperatures.
I feel like it happens every year where you get like a 70-degree stretch and winter's over, here comes spring, and then boom, it kicks you in the ass.
You get that tease.
I mean, that's March, right? It's you either get nice weather or just horrendous weather. It's
you
like
get
the worst month of the year.
You get the nice weather coming in, and all of a sudden you're like, all right, let's go out and let's get on the links. Let's hit some golf balls, and all of a sudden it's 23 degrees this morning when I get up.
As we're filming this on a Friday, we're getting a monsoon all weekend long.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Yeah.
But we're right in the middle of March Madness, but March Madness started a little bit early for Thunder fans, Jeff, with the special that we ran, $6.80 tickets for the select games, select dates, and it took off. I mean, so credit to the Thunder fans that took advantage of that offer.
Yeah, it was awesome to see. I think you had shot me a text in the first few hours of the promotion being released, which was on Selection Sunday, and we had already, I think, been to a third, almost halfway to our goal at that point, and it just carried on, and it just shows how many of our fans are thinking about baseball and getting ready for the season. So it was a great promotion, and everything came out great. Tom McCarthy was featured in the video, which was very cool to see Tom, and who's in, I believe, Omaha right now doing the first and second round. I don't know where he'll go after that, but it was great to see. We usually hear him on the first 4.
Yeah, I was talking with Tommy McCarthy, leading up to his son, Tommy, and leading up to it with Jim Nance retiring, it was kind of, now Tom's climbing the ladder on March Madness, which we know how great of a job he does with the Phillies and the NFL, and it's just so well deserved, and it's awesome to see. I mean, we've talked about Tom on every episode now. So
he did the Duquesne game yesterday.
Famous alumni, Tom McCarthy. So we do like to brag about him.
Tom is the best.
But yeah, he's doing a great job, and getting to now this field of 64 and getting to call games there. So really happy to see what he's doing, and that promotion was great, and really took off, and it's a great lead into our single game tickets, which are going to be going on sale April 8th at 10 a.m. So if you missed out on the March Madness sale, that's going to be your opportunity to get in, and encourage you to be on your computer at 10 a.m. Because if you want, especially June tickets, if you want to get in, you need to get in quickly, because the sales team has been working their butts off to pack this place, and we know what June looks like, and even into July and August already. People are making their summer plans.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great season, and June, as we know, last year our opening night topped the year before, which we didn't think could be topped, and I think this one's gonna be even better. So the crowds start in June, and it continues all summer long. So can't wait to get going.
And we've pretty much been at this point released the majority of our promotional schedule, if not everything, which is up on the website. So if you haven't been following along on our social media platforms, definitely encouraged to go check that out. Not only the theme nights that we have planned, but the giveaways, the fireworks schedule. So check that out, and be marking your calendars, because June 4th is going to be here before we know it. and you're not going to want to miss a second of the action that we have planned.
And the cool part is we're actually going to have action at the ballpark starting next week as well with some of our non-game events, so that'll be a lot of fun to see people actually coming in and enjoying the ballpark, getting the ballpark food going. I may even grab a beer, who knows, nothing like a beer at the ballpark. But,
our high school schedule, we have about 20 high school games, then we have another handful of college coming in here, and that kicks off Tuesday, like you said. So excited to see baseball back in the ballpark, on the field. But it's, again, like we talk about so much that's going on outside of the lines, and the announcement that was made this week of our partnership with Sczweck Brewing and the Raccoon Saloon coming to Trenton is a really, really exciting opportunity. We've partnered with Marvin and Eric down there, to bring fans an exclusive area on the third base side of the ballpark. So naming rights of what was formerly the craft bar, and kind of like a beer garden feel. They're going to take over all 12 taps, the create your own seltzer portion of the bar. So we're really, really excited for that partnership.
It's going to be a destination down there. You're going to have really good food. You're going to have great craft beer. Me and you were able to go down to Sczweck, get a little bit of tour behind the scenes, try a lot of their beer. But
way to take one for the team.
It was a tough job, but someone had to do it. But
so
just excited. They're excited to be a part of the Thunder family and coming up here, and I can't wait for that partnership to begin. And looking forward to seeing them and seeing that bar on the concourse every day.
Yeah, I think it's really going to take off. I mean, the signage was installed. It really pops. You can see it wherever you are in the ballpark. You see it from the suite level. It's going to be exciting. They're going to be out here, more than just the bar as well. They're going to have a presence. Hoppy will be out here at Boomer's birthday and first pitch. Boomer's got a new friend, right, Ben?
Yeah, and give us the pronunciation again.
Sczweck?
No, the Raccoon Saloon.
The Raccoon Saloon.
Yes.
Is it raccoon or raccoon?
It's raccoon.
Raccoon
because
Saloon.
it fits saloon.
Damn Jersey accent.
You got to have the synergy.
Yeah, dang it. Yeah.
But and on top of it all, the hoppy hours, the Hoppy's happy hour that they're going to have on Tuesday night. So dive into more details on all of our social platforms to read the full release that we sent out the other day. But really excited. Marvin and Eric need to jump on the podcast at some point. But we're going to feature them. But Dan's just sitting here waiting, waiting to talk. I mean, I can feel the energy coming off of him. He's like, guys, I thought this was supposed to be about me.
I actually, knowing Dan, and I've known Dan for a long time, I cleared my schedule.
Yeah, right.
This podcast may never end.
Well, this is the quietest I've been in like 20 years.
I know. I know. I'm actually surprised.
Yeah. I mean, I said it's all about, all about him, but Dan, you are the opposite of all about you. I mean, you are a pillar of our community, and what you do for the Miracle League, what you do for Trenton Thunder Baseball Academy. Like I said, the exact opposite. You are about everyone else before you. So, again, a reintroduction, the commissioner of the Miracle League of Mercer County, Dan Sczweck. Excited, obviously partner but friend, and we're just excited to have you out at the ballpark. I mean, it seems like you're here all the time, but we're excited to have you here today.
Usually you're kicking me out. You're not so nice. Camera's on right now, so you're being really nice.
Well,
no, but
I'm sorry, we're out of time.
But I appreciate you guys having me here. And before we even get into talking about like all the great stuff that we've done together, it is great to just sit here and hear about all the great things that are happening here at the ballpark, And I know you guys have talked about it on the previous podcast about how, you've worked here for so long, but you're also fans of Trenton Thunder, right? And you've been coming to the ballpark since it opened in 95,
94.
Right? 94. So we've all been coming since 94. So I've always been a fan too. So to see it, 30 years later and it's still thriving, and see all the great stuff that's going on, and to see that the park is packed. I was out here all summer with you guys last year, and the stands are packed. So that just speaks to what you guys do and your whole team. So I really very much appreciate that and everything that you do for us, for me, for Miracle League and for the Thunder Academy. It's a symbiotic thing. So I just wanted to say that first.
Yeah, no, thank you. And you know, we can't do what we do without the support of our community and our community leaders, and those relationships are really what, you know, continues to carry this organization. But you mentioned, you know, you're a fan. You grew up in Hamilton and went to high school with this guy, you know, sitting here next to me, as well as last year's pitching coach, Matt Sweeney.
Yes.
So, okay, just share all the dirty details of high school Jeff.
I actually have a really great Matt Sweeney story, if you guys are ready for that.
Yeah, I have no story. Let's go
I
right
have
to
a
Matt.
really great Matt Sweeney story. And John, you might have heard it. Jeff, you definitely know it.
Jeff was probably a part of it.
So this one goes all the way back. So we talk about how, the Hamilton community, the Mercer County community being so tight.
Yeah.
And so everybody kind of knows each other and the way we support each other. Matt, my relationship with Matt goes all the way back to 8 years old at Hamilton Little Lads. So we started playing baseball there, and Matt, at the time, already at 8, 9 years old, had the reputation of he's the hard throwing pitcher. This kid can gas it. So we can look back on it now and laugh, but at the time there was actually some real concern about him hurting young kids because, I mean, he could throw the ball 100 miles an hour, but where it was going, he was kind of a nuclear lelouch, you know. So long story somewhat shorter is it was like one of the first games of the season, and Chuddy Whalen was my manager, big Chuddy, and so he gets me into the batter's box. I'm batting third, first inning, come up there. Matt's on the mound, first pitch. Right to the back of my neck. I went down like a sack of potatoes, crying hysterically. It took my parents almost a year to get me back showing up for baseball games without having a complete meltdown.
Wow.
I was kind of like just had a little bit of PTSD from that,
Dan
from that
was going up
experience.
to the batter's box and bubble wrap for the next
So do you
year.
remember
I was
this?
wondering why you don't get too close to Matt.
Do you remember the scene in Rookie of the Year when he has to go up and bat the first time?
That was you.
And he's in the back far corner and his 2 feet are together and he's like this. That was me for like almost a solid.
Sweeney almost ruined baseball for you.
He almost ruined my baseball career before it even started. But it's funny. So we joke about that now, and again, talking about the movie Rookie of the Year and how the pitching coach followed the head coach around. I beamed him in the minors. He's been following me ever since. So Matt beamed me, and I've been following him ever since. So we've obviously been really good friends for 30 years now. It's hard to believe, over 30 years, and to see what he's done personally with his career, having such a great minor league career, and then transforming that into what we're doing now with the Central Jersey Rebels and the Trenton Thunder Baseball Academy, and how they also support Miracle League. It kind of pulls it all together, and the stuff that you guys have done with us too. So it's really cool. But that's my Matt Sweeney story to kick it off. That hurt.
I bet it did.
It hurt.
So you mentioned, growing up in this area, and then, the relationships that you've been able to have, over the past 30 years that have now bloomed into, Matt with the Rebels, Jeff with the Thunder, and you with the Miracle League, and bringing all three organizations together. So we may have talked about this before, but just give us, how did you get to where you are right now with the Miracle League? You've obviously done such great things for that program, but, is this kind of where you saw yourself going as a youngster and as you rose in your career?
Not at all. Not at all. And I think we could always ask that question to ourselves, right? Like, did we see ourselves going down this path? And I was certain growing up, being a part of the Steinert High School experience, which is, I think, unique. Jeff, you could speak to that too. Growing up and having such great role models like Richie Giolella. I was firmly set on going to college and becoming a high school history teacher and a baseball coach. I thought that was my path. While I was at Westchester University in Pennsylvania, started working full-time at the YMCA in town there. Eventually to the point where by my senior year, I was working full-time and going to school full-time. Falling into that nonprofit world, very quickly, I became motivated, and I realized this is something I really like to do. Just being able to be involved in the community on such a very a very personal level, and seeing results, and seeing getting the gratification, seeing the things that the impact you can make being involved in a nonprofit level, knowing that you're never going to make a ton of money doing that, but you can have a really fulfilling life doing that. That was really cool. That's what got me into that world, into the nonprofit world. And when I decided to after school move home to come back here to Hamilton, New Jersey, I caught up with the Hamilton Y. And for 13 years, I worked there in various roles, but my largest role was as Director of Staff Development. And what I did there was I was going out to the community. I was going to the colleges, TCNJ, Ryder, going to all the high schools in the area, job fairs, and recruiting young kids, young adults that wanted to get maybe into either the nonprofit world or into education, working with children specifically. So I would go through that process of recruiting and interviewing and hiring and training, onboarding all of these young adults and other people that would come through that were interested in supporting the YMCA's childcare programs. So there are a lot of things behind that, and requirements for state licensing and training. So it was a large operation, and being a part of that was very fun. But in that process, in 2014, if you guys remember, the Special Olympics National Games were right here in Mercer County, and we had a lot of opportunity there. Now, Kathy Reed, who was the Special Kids Organized Recreation Director at the Y at the time, my colleague, she was running Miracle League through its first 8 years. And she was directly responsible for getting involved with SONJ and supplying the higher level volunteer staff that would be running the operations of all the games. So because of that, she put a large majority of our full-time staff at the Y for that week. We kind of shut down our programming and the things we were doing at the Y that June in 2014, and we were over in the various locations running the events. So I was lucky enough to be a part of the baseball competition. So I'm there as the venue director, venue commissioner of the 2014 Special Olympics National Games, which was like unbelievable, right? So we got to have that experience in that competition, and the championship game was here.
Yep.
You guys hosted the championship game. I believe it was
New Jersey, Alabama?
I think it was Rhode Island.
Rhode Island?
New Jersey and Rhode Island.
Okay. New Jersey won.
New Jersey won.
I know that.
And our team was
they were good.
Stacked. They were loaded. They had a lot of talent. But that was, I remember there was 8,000 people packed in the stadium that night, and that was an unbelievable experience. Well, not long after that, Kathy decided that she wanted to follow along with the national Special Olympics, and because of that, she resigned her position with the Y and gave up Miracle League. So Jim Fell, who was our CEO at the Y at the time, looked around and said, "Well, who's going to take over Miracle League?" So they were trying to divide up her responsibilities, and they were like, "Well, Dan played college baseball. Dan just did the Special Olympics, the National Games. Let's give it to him." So he pulled me into his office. This is probably 3 weeks before he was retiring. And he said, "I want to set up Miracle League, make sure it's in good hands." And he goes, the consensus is we want you to do it. And I was completely floored. Terrified. Terrified. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, just because people like Kathy Reed had built this from the ground up. So I was coming into a scenario where the Miracle League families had no idea who I was. There was a lot of I had to do a lot of conversation and some meet and greets initially to kind of get the families to embrace me. Bringing the coaches in but I would say after that first fall season that I ran, people found out pretty quick. I'm not obviously not the quietest person. So here we are now, 10 plus years later, in my role, and over time and through COVID, we were able to, I was able to move over into the Miracle League as a full-time executive director. So for the last 3+ years, I've been running this in a full-time capacity. And what you see now is when we have my ability to put my full-time commitment into it and have our volunteer base and you guys and Thunder Academy and Rebels and all these other local businesses get involved, you see what we can do capacity-wise and grow and build. So I even just today we were putting out on our social media, we're really trying to push now and let people know that the Miracle League of Mercer County is not just Mercer. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're serving over 250 families that have kids or young adults with special needs in 10 counties in 3 states: New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. We have a kid coming from Delaware.
It's amazing.
That's cool.
Driving all the way up every Sunday just to play Miracle League baseball.
Well, you before we get into talking about the Thunder and the Miracle League partnership, you mentioned about how the Miracle League Mercer County is more than Mercer County, and it continues to grow. And I believe this is going to be one of our biggest seasons ever, with opening day a couple weeks away. Why don't you talk a little bit about, the 2024 season, how many teams we have, how many players,
Sure.
and what you have, because I think opening day is going to be a celebration. You have everything planned. So go into a little bit more detail about that.
So you use the perfect word, celebration, right? So every time we think about doing a program for Miracle League, whether it's our regular operation, our league play, our special events, our clinics, the things that we do here, it's always a celebration. So what you have to remember at the end of the day is that every single time we put on something and we allow our kids to have that opportunity, it's something that they might not have had otherwise, right? So you have to celebrate every single time we're doing something. That's something that otherwise wouldn't be happening. So we're every year we try to do something very nice, especially for spring, because spring's really baseball season. We have our fall season as well. But spring's really baseball season. Yeah. So we're going to be celebrating with a vendor event. We're calling it the Field of Vendors. $100 a table for vendors to sign up, and they could just be there and either share information about their business or sell some of the products. We're going to have a couple of food vendors out there, confirming those as we speak. We do have Brothers Pizza coming back out. They're going to be bringing their traveling oven and doing the breakfast pizzas, the bacon, egg, and cheese pizzas. So, yeah, leave some room for that, Jeff. I know you're going to be good for that. But it's going to be a celebration. We're going to have everybody out. We have, it's remarkable to say. So that first fall in 2014 when I took over, we had 4 teams playing fall baseball. We're going to be kicking off on April 13th, Saturday, April 13th. We have 16 teams playing baseball. So we have 10 of our what we call our traditional Miracle Division baseball teams that participate and play, and everybody scores a run, everybody gets the bat, everybody gets the field. It's about celebrating the opportunity and the chance to play. Then we also have our competitive division now, where for kids that are higher functioning, that have the capability and are interested and they wanted to do more. A lot of our kids that have been with us for 10, 15 years, even longer than I've been here, they've wanted something new. So on Friday nights, we do a competitive skills. So we have 4 competitive teams that are going to be participating, and they're going to be playing a game that Saturday morning too. So everything's going to be on Saturday for opening day on the 13th. So that's 4 teams, and then we have 2 travel teams. We have a traditional Miracle travel team, and then we have a competitive travel team that plays with runs and outs, everything recorded. So you put that all together, 16 teams, everybody's showing up on Saturday, April 13th. The vendors going. We're going to have live music. We have a lot of fun things in store. We're going to have, we're going to put we put the games out so families can be playing cornhole on the side while they're watching their kids play. We want people to stay and hang out and have an experience. Don't just come, play your game for an hour and leave. Stay, have some food, celebrate the day. Hopefully we have some good weather for it, but we're really excited for it.
I think the growth is attributed to a lot of the new programs that you've been able to put out there and the exposure that you've gotten the Miracle League of Mercer County. We've seen a lot of taking Miracle League on the road.
Yeah.
And you've brought, whether it's a group of kids, with one kid, you've had that impact. Talk a little bit about where you've been and, where you're kind of hoping to go, but because you've built relationships with, not only the families here, but families kind of around and in different Miracle Leagues.
Yeah. One of the greatest things about Miracle League itself as an organization is that there's a national component to it, right? And currently there's well over 300 Miracle Leagues all over the country and in Canada, Puerto Rico, and Cancun, Mexico. So we're hopefully one day we're going to plan a travel trip there. So that would be a lot of fun.
Ben, can we do a live pod from Cancun Miracle League?
On the beach.
Thank you. All right.
But there's a couple things at play here, right? So the one thing I always say when we do our Miracle League podcast and when I'm doing speaking engagements is that when I get the opportunity to go and connect with other Miracle Leagues all over the country, you see that there are more people out there doing good than you realize.
Yeah.
You know, you think about the negative stuff that's in the news that you see every day. There's more people out there doing good than otherwise, and these are people that are very much just like us, cut of the same cloth, salt of the earth people, and they're all just there for the same purpose, which is to give opportunity. So that's the first thing, right? Just that reassurance, that affirmation that, oh, this is pretty cool. This is happening everywhere. Now I got to get to know these people, and they've become my friends. You know, we've been able to form very, very deep, positive, meaningful relationships with a lot of Miracle Leagues, and what has come from that is the travel component, the things that we're talking about. So the whole idea of travel baseball has been around for a long time, and you know, Jeff, we had that experience growing up together. You know, we bonded that summer 2000 when our post 31 Legion team went to the World Series, and that you, me, Sweeney, you know, we all connected. You know, we had that opportunity to travel. We were up in Rhode Island. We got to go to Alton, Illinois for the World Series, and Denville, New Jersey for the state championship. Right? Those are experiences that we still have, and we talk about them. Right? We celebrate them, we talk about them, we enjoy them. Why can't our Miracle League kids have the exact same opportunity? That light bulb goes off in my head. But simultaneously, that light bulb is going off in Timmy Gebhardt's head, who's the executive director at the Miracle League of South Hills in Pittsburgh. And he's got a president who runs that league in Sean Casey, right? So when you have a guy like Sean Casey, the mayor, former major leaguer, he's on MLB Network. You got the chance to be the Yankees hitting instructor last year, although that was a tough job to take. But when you have people like that are just like, you have resources and availability and time and energy to put these things together and organize events, anything's possible. So Tim reaching out to me and saying, hey, I want to do this thing. And 2 years ago, bringing a bus of 3 travel teams from his league out to us and playing at our field in the corn and everything. And we're taking pictures in the corn, and we're celebrating. It was hot as heck that day, 2 years ago. But to see that opportunity and us our community being able to welcome them. And then last year to be able to organize amongst ourselves and the Miracle League of Sioux City, Iowa, with Kevin Nagard out there, great guy, another great guy running his league, and Tyler Bradshaw at the Joe Nuxhall Miracle League in Cincinnati, to take our 4 leagues and say, let's go down to the Ripken Experience in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and not just do 1 day or 2, let's do a whole week of travel baseball. Let's get a whole bunch of families to go down there and experience that. And I'll tell you, man, that whole experience last summer in August being down there, I've never seen so many of our families just come together and hanging out in the lobby, after games, and going out and go-karting and doing all the fun attractions that they had there in Pigeon Forge, which is a great place to go to, by the way. But to see everybody just kind of come together, these families that have been with us for 8, 9, 10 years, 11 years, but they come to a game and maybe they know the other families on their team. They play on the Miracle League Mets. The roster pretty much stays the same year to year. Those parents know each other. But the Mets families maybe don't know the Pirates families, and the Pirates families don't know the Miracle League Yankees families. To see these families from all these teams come together and I know your face. I've talked to you here and there occasionally, but I didn't know you. And they're sitting there, and they're on the couch in the lobby, and I'm walking by them, and I'm just I let them go, and I see them having a conversation. But they're talking about their life experiences and the things that they go through day to day. And to see what just the travel component was able to bring them together and have that opportunity to sit and talk and form a friendship. And now you see, I see our Miracle League families doing birthday parties together. These parents that come to me and they say, my kid sits alone at lunch. And now you get emotional. You can't help but get emotional because all of a sudden, now they're not sitting by themselves on their birthday. They've got 10 kids at a birthday party at their house, And they've made those friendships through Miracle League, and the travel component
that
helped with that.
And that's what the league's there for. It's really, baseball's a sport for everybody. The Miracle League brings this sport to these kids who can go out and play on a field and enjoy themselves and act like they're Aaron Judge or these guys and have a great time. And then also on the flip side, it brings the families together because we know how difficult it can be and some of the things that they have to do. They can kind of get away when they're at a game and enjoy watching their kids play like other families get to do on, not just for rec baseball, but travel and stuff like that. Right. And they get to go down to Tennessee or wherever. And it's really cool to see. And for what you've done to the league to continue to grow it has been phenomenal. And the one thing that we've done over the years is continue to grow the Trenton Thunder partnership as well with the Miracle League. It's been huge, and I think for us, the Thunder, our staff, I think we get more enjoyment than what the Miracle League gets out of it. But one of the things that we've really built up and have expanded, not just for the spring and the fall seasons, but also the winter workouts and having the Miracle League athletes utilize our indoor batting facility. Talk about that and what you have those kids do, what the training's like, and go into a little bit more detail about that.
Yeah. So I know obviously the Miracle League mission is that we're a nonprofit organization that's dedicated to providing any individual with special needs the opportunity to play baseball, right? Be fully inclusive, give them a chance, give them an opportunity. So that opportunity, in my mind, doesn't necessarily just have to be show up and play a 1 hour game once a week and then go away. There are so many of our kids that have potential, every single one, to grow and develop, to learn a little bit more about the game and love the game. So the winter workout program that we've put together over the last couple of years, you guys being so generous to open up the doors, to see our kids come through the hall that Derek Jeter walked through, Brett Gardner, Aaron Judge, Reggie Jackson, all these guys that have come through, the laundry list. You have that list up in the concessions area on the deck down there, where you see all these big time names, major leaguers that have come through, that have been on this field, that have gone through those halls. You have those beautiful jerseys that are up on the wall. The kids are going, they're tapping the Jeter jersey, they're tapping the Bernie Williams jersey, right? To be able to go through that and then come into the batting cage that you provide for us, and then for an hour, spend time with them, not just having them hit and go base to base, but to actually get one-on-one with them, with the buddies that we have there that are kind of augmenting everything that I'm doing, and to talk to them about the simple things that we teach any kid when we're teaching any kid how to play baseball mechanically, how to hold the bat, how to grip a baseball. Some of our kids are very low functioning, right? And just the opportunity to get out there is great. But even those kids, I've seen in the last 3-4 years, especially since COVID, when we've started doing more of these individual trainings and the small group trainings and the winter workouts, to see a kid who would pick up a baseball and not know how to grip it. Okay, when we're teaching how to grip it, find the seams, get the seams, right? You're teaching them something. They're learning something, right? Teaching them lateral movement. And it doesn't matter how fast you go, but to teach lateral movement. So we're in there and teaching them to slide, to move to the ball. So, for 8, 9, 10 years, they're in Miracle League and they're playing baseball, but they never were taught the ball's not going to be hit right to you. Mm-hmm. Go to the ball. So slide. So we're sitting there, we're teaching them I'm like, how many of you guys know the electric slide? And they're like, oh yeah. They're like, hey, slide to the right, slide to the left, and roll the ball. Okay, and then teaching them just how to footwork and get down to the ball and field, and how to get to how to get into your batter stance and bat path through the zone. Having the same conversations. There's no reason you can't have the same conversation with our Miracle League athletes as you would with a Trenton Thunder Academy player. And to have my Trenton Thunder Academy players be in there and training these kids and working with them. So at 15, 16, 17 years old, they're learning to appreciate what they have because of what they see here.
Yeah.
And give these kids that opportunity, to learn. So there are kids that I've seen that used to come up and they would just, and sometimes the lowest hanging fruit, right? You just see them, they pick up a bat and they would just kind of check swing like that. But they've been working at winter workouts. Now they actually swing all the way through, right? You see the kid that would never move to the ball. Now they're sliding. They're remembering the things that we taught them in the winter workouts here, and they're picking up the ball. They're turning their shoulder to the target. They're making the right throw. They're grabbing the ball on the seams appropriately. All these things not possible in the winter unless you guys provide that to us. So you like the impact. While you look at it and you go, okay, the kid went from swinging this much to this much, or this kid went from picking up a ball and going like here and just shot putting it to now they know, oh, Coach Dan taught them, get the arm back to the ear and then snap the wrist. Now that ball's going from a 1 foot distance and it would roll back to me on the field to now they're 10 feet away. Now they can throw it. That's a whole new universe for these kids and for their families. That type of growth, we look at it and go, maybe not. But when you put it in perspective from their point of view, it's huge.
And then you see the step forwards that they're making winter workouts made it so much easier for you to build those competitive teams, the travel
Correct.
teams and stuff like that, which is all, it's really cool to see, when we talk about growth, it's what the league has been. It's been awesome.
Yeah, so in addition to, the winter workouts, we've continued to grow the partnership between the Miracle League and Trenton Thunder to do some really innovative and cool things on field and to capture the fans' attention as well. Just the past year, we've done the Miracle League jerseys that were designed by a Miracle League athlete, the Boomer headband that was presented by the Miracle League. This year, we have in conjunction with Prior NAMI, the retro bobblehead giveaway.
Is that breaking news?
That might be breaking news.
Is that breaking news? Because I didn't say anything. I kept that one under wraps.
I put it out months ago.
I had the great idea of announcing it here.
Yeah.
Ben's like, that's been out for a while. Good job, Ben, getting that out there.
We're really excited about that.
A lot of cool things that we've been able to do in conjunction with, the Miracle League night where, we bring out a couple hundred families and athletes to the game, and we do the on-field presentation, which is just, it's always so amazing with Andy, knowing the names and the nicknames of every single player and just rattling them off. It's something
the voice of the Miracle
can't
League.
Miss. But that's just, that just shows the commitment that you have to Miracle League for the growth. The commitment that that as an organization we want to have for our community, to support you and give you use our platform to give you the exposure, that to help and play a small part. We don't take any credit. I think that people now understand with the stories that you told today, why the introduction to this interview was, you're the commish, but you're so much more, and you're about what you can do for others. You're consistently putting others first. But, it's just opened a lot of doors for what we're able to do together as two mega players in our community.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you've done in my tenure here, almost 11 years as executive director. The things that we've done, that we continue to do, that we're looking to do moving forward, continuing to think more and bigger and better. I appreciate all the kind words you guys say about me personally, but I always tell everybody at the end of the day, I have a relatively big mouth and I never stop talking. But somebody's got to do it.
After this, we're just going to leave.
We're going to need the film to stop, cut, lights go off. And he might still be talking, but
No, it's amazing, and the partnership as it's continued to grow, it's inspiring. We really didn't even touch on, bringing Thunder players over to the Miracle League and all the volunteer opportunities that you've given to us. There's just so much, and it's exciting to see how this partnership has grown and where it can grow and how it can grow. So I believe June 7th, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong, is Retro Bobblehead Night. Miracle League of Mercer County Night is following week, June 18th. So those are two dates that absolutely need to be on everyone's calendars. Yeah. And then in addition to opening day, obviously April 13th, for the Miracle League of Mercer County.
Wait, I have a question.
Oh, Ben has a question.
Ben's got a question. Baba Booey.
Wow. So Ben talks when they're live.
Yeah.
You said you listed a million things that you do, going to all these places and participating in the national thing. You've got tons of plans. It's no wonder that you're fundraising all the time. What is sort of your favorite oddball thing you've done to raise money, or any sort of favorite thing you've done to get people to know about the Miracle League?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Thank you.
I'll
see myself out.
I can help you with that. I'll start it off.
Go ahead, yeah.
I think I have two. Being on the board, Ben beat me to the punch. Is all this isn't possible without support, volunteers, sponsorship. We just redid the field last fall.
August, yeah.
August,
and talk about a community coming together
with a lot of
after
things
adversity striking.
That.
For
but
sure.
For us, I think getting involved, the golf outing has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're going on year 3, coming up in I believe it's
with
October.
The rebirth, the rebirth. Of
the rebirth of the golf outing, and then just combing through the website, I think the bat fundraiser that you guys do, the personalized bats and stuff, is in support of the Miracle League. With, I think mine says Jeff Hurley and family, so that stays in my office so I don't get yelled at by my wife that I didn't put her name on there.
Because you got really creative.
But yeah, those are probably my two favorite. But Ben's right. We at the Miracle League, we're doing fundraisers at least once a month, because we want to offer all these extra things to the athletes, and I think it's great. But I'll let you name your favorite.
What I love about the bat sponsorships is that it's a very easy ask. It's $150 for a bat, right? And we get all the
very nice bat too.
A very nice bat. Xylo Bat is the name of the company. They're based in Wichita Falls, Texas. Leland Wetzel, there you go. There's your plug, buddy. He helps Miracle Leagues all over the country doing fundraisers like this. American wood, American made, right? All customizable. Every single kid in our Miracle League has a Xylo bat that we've purchased for them over the last couple of years. That was actually a present we did out of COVID as a kind of like a welcome back, like we miss you. Every single kid got their own personalized wood bat. Some of them use them. Some of them use them as trophies and put them on their mantelpieces in their homes. But now we have local businesses. I mean, it's not asking for a lot. It's a $150 sponsorship, but every little bit counts, right? The golf outing, much bigger thing, right? That's something that we've been very successful with, and we're excited about year 3 at Mercer Oaks, October 7th, Monday, October 7th.
I didn't know if you released the date.
Oh yeah, we put the save the date out last week, so save the date.
Fantastic.
But to answer Ben's question now, my turn. I think my personal favorite was the new one we did last year, the 12-hour marathon Have a Catch.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah.
So that came from...
You're still icing your arm?
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Icy hot on the elbow every day. That came from a gentleman, Ethan Bryan, who wrote a book about mental wellness and feeling good about yourself, and it's all connected to baseball and national pastime. And he embarked on a project where after he wrote the book, I mentioned Kevin Nagard, the executive director from the Miracle League in Sioux City, Iowa, to have a catch. Kevin decided to have a catch every day for 365 days straight, and he was able to do that. I tried to duplicate that. I got about 60-something days in, and then it kind of tailed off. It was just a very hard thing to do. But from that was 2 years ago. Last year I decided, let's do a marathon. I'm going to stand on the field for 12 straight hours. I'm not going to sit. I'm going to be on the field. I'm going to have a continuous catch for 12 straight hours. You can make a donation to come out onto the field. We're going to live stream the entire thing. You can, anyone, a local business owner, local companies, teams, travel teams, could come out. Coaches, the Mayor Martin came out last year, and we did. We had this catch for 12 hours straight, and Sweeney and I finished it. He did the last half hour with me till midnight. We did from 12 noon to midnight on the field. Boy, did my arm hurt after that. But again, just doing something zany and crazy and saying, like, let's just like put a live stream out there. Let's get people following it, watching it. Here's a QR code. Here's a link. Donate if you want to do it that way. Be a sponsor or come and donate, come out and have the catch with me on the field. Just let people know all the stuff that we talked about today, what we're doing, and just say, hey, be silly. Just donate. Help us out. Because we are, like you said, we mentioned we did replace the surface after the storm last year, the tornado that landed on our field, the confirmed EF1 tornado last April 1st. So we've, because of that, reaching out to the community, we raised $77,000 in a month after that storm, and what gave us the capability to finance this reconstruction, this renovation for the field, which was done in August. We're still paying that off,
which looks phenomenal.
It's beautiful. I was just out there yesterday. I'm going to be out there again today doing some more work on it before this monsoon comes, but we're still paying it off. So, I mean, sorry to put my plug in again, but, please donate. Please donate to the Miracle League. We're still paying this thing off for another 6 months or so.
Well, when you mention please donate, where can they find you? Where can they donate? Website, socials?
Very, very simple. You can go right to our website, which is miracleleaguemercer.org. There is a Donate Now button right on the homepage there. It's a big, beautiful picture of our field and a button right in the middle of it. You can make a donation. That money will go directly towards helping us finance and pay off the remainder of this $200,000 renovation that we committed, so that we're almost 20 years in. We can do another 20 years of Miracle League programming.
Fantastic. Well, Dan, this has been great. Appreciate you you coming by and talking today, and I'm sure we'll be having you back on. But
what was the over/under?
I think we have a little bit more film left.
Yeah, a little bit left. But so make sure that you check Dan out. Please donate to the Miracle League. Have those dates on your calendar: April 13th, June 7th, and June 18th. Come out to the ballpark. Come out to Miracle League. But we're not letting you go just yet. I always like to spring something on Jeff. So I think you're in here today. So now I can do it to both of you.
All right.
So I texted you. I gave you a little teaser earlier in the week. I didn't give you much because I don't want to give you much.
You gave us nothing.
I gave you nothing.
Gave me nothing.
All right. So the Trenton Thunder have had 4 major league affiliates play in this ballpark: the Detroit Tigers, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, and Toronto Blue Jays. With baseball starting up in the next, technically it started over in Korea with Ohtani and the Dodgers. But I figured let's build your best 5-man rotation, utilizing any player, past, present, from the Tigers, Red Sox, Yankees,
that have come through
and Blue Jays. That have any, and you can use any.
So they didn't have to come through.
They did not have to come through Thunder. I didn't want to really put your
Oh man, because I was really pigeonholed. I was like, what are we gonna do?
So just a quick couple rules.
So it's a 5-man
rotation.
What about and a closer or no?
No closer. 5-man rotation.
rotation.
You must have representation from each team.
Okay.
And when you draft them, you are getting them in their prime.
Nobody knows who played for Detroit.
So you're getting them in their prime.
Oh no.
You don't? There's only just 2 Cy Young Award winners that are currently 2 of the best pitchers in baseball, but no more free hints.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, that's the guest. We're going to go snake. So we'll allow you to I'll let you decide where you want to pick. So you can either kick it off or you can have the 2-3, and then we'll continue from there.
Okay. I'm going to go with my number 1. It's kind of an obvious one.
So he's going
first.
Yeah. I'm taking the first.
All right.
I'm going to go, and this actually, this is 2 birds with 1 stone. Actually, 3 birds with 1 stone.
So
he was a Yankee, he was a Red Sox, and he was also a Blue Jay.
And if that happens, I will make you clarify which team you are
first pick.
Putting him to.
I'm gonna okay. All right, you know what? I'm gonna be clever with this.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick him
There
as
is
a
strategy. Blue Jay.
The Rocket, Roger Clemens.
Very good. That's where I figured this was going to start.
He's so upset. Jeff is so upset right now.
Draft's over. Dan wins.
I mean, come on. What? Six Cy Young? 7?
You can't, the Yankees have been around for, ever and have, only the best players of all time. I think you're going to be okay. Fire away. You get 2.
All right, I'm I'm gonna go with. I'll keep it with the Red Sox on this. I keep it. You went Toronto, so I'll go one of my favorite pitchers to watch. Unfortunately, he did not play for the Thunder, but a fun watch and a World Series champ, Pedro.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's a
Pedro.
good pick.
And even local tie, played for the Phillies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got the.
And you
I
gotta
got the
He
next one,
served up
too.
that nice little curveball in game.
Oh, here we go.
Yep, in Game 6 to Matsui.
Yankees
in the World
Yankees
Series.
are my daddy.
Yeah. All right. So
right.
so the Red Sox. I could do another pitcher from the Red Sox. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go Toronto.
Okay.
Okay.
Another fun one to watch, and played for the Phillies as well,
Good
and
one.
threw the perfect game in the playoffs, right?
Division
Against
series,
Perfect game in the regular season against the Marlins. No hitter against the Reds.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Roy Halladay.
Good one.
That's a good one.
That's
So.
good. So after all that complaining, he comes out with Pedro and Holiday.
Right?
It's a good start.
Yeah.
So now it sneaks to me for 2.
that is that's how this works.
Yeah. Well, it's a two-man draft, so it's like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
quick.
so I got 2. So I'm gonna go Tigers, Verlander.
Okay. Wow. It's all right. There's another one.
Tigers, Verlander. Okay. So I have my
You have your Blue Jay and your
Jays
Tiger.
representation, and I have a Tiger. So I still need a
Red
Yankee
Sox.
and a Red Sox.
Yep.
So let's go. I'm going to go Yankee,
Okay.
and this is just a homer thing because I'm a Yankee fan. Andrew Eugene Pettit.
Okay. When the Eugene threw me off for a second, I was like, "Where is he going?"
I love Pettit, and I picked Pettit
Pettit.
because he's a big time gamer. He came every time in the playoffs. That dude delivered. So you want to have him in that 3 spot, ready to rock.
And a little thunder connection there as well. So Jeff,
Okay.
it's back over to
Oh,
you.
no, I got a second.
No,
You took
first,
Verlander.
right?
Verlander.
Verlander.
Oh, yeah.
You want to
Verlander.
give
All right,
me
I got it.
Verlander?
You went so quick.
I went so quick. That's why.
He wants
That's so quick.
Dan wants to build his rotation before
Yeah.
I even get a chance.
So we're gonna do Dan for 5 and then Jeff for 5.
All right.
You get the rest.
I'll keep it with the
All right.
Tigers.
So you got Pedro and Holiday.
Yeah, I gotta get the Tiger out. I'll go Scherzer.
All right.
Scherzer, and then I guess I need someone from the Yankees. I mean, I like beer. He likes beer. I go David Wells.
Oh, wow.
Which I could have got Toronto too.
You could have got him. Yeah.
You're gonna go Yankee there.
I'll go Yankee there.
All right. So you're
that's a
down
good
to.
I like that.
Oh, you're covered.
I'm covered now.
You're
I get
covered.
to pick.
And now you'll get your last
get
one.
to
So
pick.
Scherzer and Wells there. So Dan, you have Clemens on the Jays, Verlander to the Tigers, Pettit the Yankees. You're for 2, and we definitely need a Red Sox. And then you're.
Okay. So I need a Red Sox, so I'll do that first. Oh, wow. I don't like this person, personally.
I like that I just know it before you guys even say it.
Kurt Schilling.
Yep. I was typing away.
Kurt Schilling. I mean, come on. The guy, his record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And I think it's a travesty that he's not in the Hall of Fame, despite the fact that he's just.
Yeah, I mean the
He's
bloody
not
the
the
bloody
nicest
sock
guy.
is legendary. I mean, whether it was blood or not, it's still legendary. So that
I think
gives
it was
you,
red marker, but that's just me.
Yeah, that gives you Clemens, Verlander, Pettit, and Schilling. So you're all good.
That's a heck
so
of
now
a-
you just get your.
Now I need a fifth. I need
Your
a
fifth, and
starter.
it can be from
It could
any
be
of the teams.
Any one of them. It's probably going to be a Yankee. Obviously, being a Yankee fan.
Jeff left a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of great options,
And-
Yankee options left.
And I'm trying to get some ties now
Yeah.
for my 5th with
Right.
Thunder and
So I don't know if I'm going to upset him with this one, but this is another guy from
You've had a
the
good track
Dynasty.
record so
this
far.
This is a guy from the Dynasty era.
Okay.
Okay, and he actually fits the Red Sox bill too,
Not quite sure where he's going.
and he fits the Blue Jay bill.
All right.
It's another 3-fer. I got 2 guys that are 3-fers.
That should have been it. Hit all 4. That would have been a challenge.
Oof.
All right. Who you got?
David Cohn.
Okay. Let's go.
Love David Cohn.
Yeah, he was fun. He was fun to watch. He actually came here to the ballpark back in 2013 when we announced our naming rights with Church and Dwight,
Oh,
Arm & Hammer Park.
that's
He was
awesome.
the guest for that announcement, so he was. Yeah, that was cool. So a tie into the Thunder as well.
There you go.
All right, Jeff. Finish us off here. We'll let the folks at home decide who our winner is, but you get to round us out.
By the way,
with your
you both
fifth
have
starter.
devices in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not playing,
I'm doing this.
so
I'm doing this directly from old noggin up here. So.
I am strictly just typing names. I'm not looking anything up. Jeff is cheating.
I am cheating. I'm trying to. I'm definitely cheating. There's no sugarcoating that one.
All right, Pedro, Holiday, Scherzer, Wells, and your fifth starter.
There's a great Tiger pitcher from the 80s.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
That-
like a tie though with the Thunder and the Yankees, or the Thunder, Red Sox, Thunder, Tigers.
Well, I got Pettit. Pettit pitched here.
Yeah, Pettit's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like,
So
there's-
did Clemens. Clemens
Yeah,
this year, but
Clemens.
you stole that one.
I didn't steal. I had the first pick.
And that's true.
Very creative with going with the Jays there too. That was, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
spreading the wealth.
You know what? I'll go. I liked watching him pitch because he was different because he had the knuckleball. But he's gonna be like my number 3 starter. I'd go Pedro, Holiday, and then I'd bring in the knuckleballer Tim Wakefield, throw some knuckleballs at you, and then move on to the lefty.
Wakefield had a
David
couple
Wells.
really good years.
Yeah, he did.
He really
good
did.
years.
So
All right,
I'm
so
not in love with my 5, but you know
that's all right. That's all right. We'll let the fans at home decide who takes this one. But Jeff had Pedro, Roy Halladay, Max Scherzer, David Wells, and Tim Wakefield. Dan, Roger Clemens, Justin Verlander, Andy Pettitte, Kurt Schilling, and David Cohn. I will not pass judgment.
I think I got.
I'm just here
I'd
to.
probably give it to. Well, I don't know. My top 2. That's a tough one.
Ben, what do you think?
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Ben knows baseball.
It's pretty close.
Hideki Matsui.
We did have a Matsui mention. That's the second one, and we're talking about pitchers. Well, no, that's.
I was trying to see if I can get Jabba Chamberlain in there, like Ian Kennedy.
Did
He was a starter.
He started
He
for
was
a
a
little
starter
bit.
here, and yeah, so, but didn't work out.
He did. Remember they moved him into the Yankee starting rotation,
Yeah.
and that's when they.
Yeah.
Poor Jabba.
Yeah.
The Jabba rules.
All I think about it with Jabba is the flies in Cleveland or whatever.
Midgets?
Oh yeah, that was insane.
great. That was against Cleveland in the that playoff game.
Yep.
It was a playoff game.
Yeah.
So.
But well, this was fun.
I had a lot of fun.
You got anything else?
Well, I guess as we tape this, so this is Friday. Tomorrow, I mean, but you know, it'll be already passed. You have a big day.
Yeah.
Ahead of you. You got to run or get through 30 miles of a course to. So I may be doing the podcast by myself next episode.
Let's hope
so
not.
We'll see. But I want to wish you
Dan's
luck.
over here.
you doing the Broad Street Run?
No, I'm doing the Hat 50K down in Maryland tomorrow.
In the rain.
In the rain with my dad.
Yeah.
So 50K translates to just over 30 miles.
Wow.
You know, it's hard enough usually by itself. And then you factor in that it's supposed to start pouring, I think, around 11 p.m. tonight, and seems to be continuing all race long. And then just at the end of the race, I think we're going to be welcomed with like 25-mile-an-hour winds. So
we want to wish you and your
Thank
dad
you.
the best of luck.
Yeah.
In all
I'm
seriousness,
not
'cause
jealous of
that's
this.
kind.
It's gonna be a
really
challenge.
Cool,
Yeah, it's-
what you guys do, and this is the second year or third year you're doing
So
it.
this is 2 years in a row. I think this is my 4th hat run overall. I've done a handful of other ultra runs before. My dad, this will be his 10th finish,
dad on
and
our
I
game
and I
day
say
security
yeah.
staff, so we wish
You know, he's a beast. He runs 100-mile races, so this is a warm up. But it's going to be a challenge. I mean, I think you're going to see a low finish rate tomorrow. Weather being one factor, and another factor being, you know, like this is it for me. This is my race for the year. This is what I go for.
Better
You
person
do have
win.
people
Yeah.
that you have people that are training for longer races that may not see it worth the risk. For me, the goal is to finish. The goal is to get across that line, you know, beat the cutoff time and to have some fun. And last year was certainly a memorable one. It's challenging to do it. You know, running and walking and hiking up muddy trails. I'll have to take a before and after photo of
We
what
already
I look
have
like.
that planned.
Yeah,
Already
I
told
mean,
Ben to get the
either way,
social
I'm tweeting
channels
about
ready.
it.
yeah, the shoes will be one color when I start, another color when I'm done. No, but it's a lot of fun. It's certainly going to be a challenge. I look forward to getting across that line and to steal a Jeff line, an ice cold beer at the end. It hits. It might be, if we're to rank beers, it surpasses after a game day. It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate. So yeah, really looking forward to that, and I'll update.
So we're gonna have
update
to.
people
Well,
when
we're gonna
done.
have to get a quick Monday clip.
Yeah.
Liz will record you to say if you made it or not, and then the next episode will be Feel the Thunder podcast featuring Jeff Hurley.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Yeah,
be
the legs
solo.
will be sore on Monday, but yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that, and
I wish you a lot of luck with
Thank
it.
you, thank you.
Better
It's-
man than me. I'll be in bed Netflixing.
Yeah,
so.
I'm really excited for Sunday on the couch watching March Madness. Like, it is like the goal right now, and I'm going to be really pissed off when I look outside and it's beautiful. like I'm looking outside right now, it's sunny skies.
And you can't.
I'm going to look outside on Sunday and it's going to be sunny skies, and Saturday is like it is what it is. It makes it even more of a challenge, which is a
You're
lot
gonna
of
feel
fun.
really good when you accomplish it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
feel
I'm
really
excited.
good.
But thank you. Yeah, it's just the well wishes during the race. It's just as much mental as it is physical. So, those are some of the things that get you to that finish line. So thank you both, and excited to update everybody when I'm done. But that's our episode. Dan,
That was a lot of fun.
thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
We had a lot of fun. Obviously, again, to plug the Miracle League,
Yeah.
check Dan out. Please fundraise. He's got lofty goals for this year. Can help him continue to grow what he's been able to do for our community. And we're looking forward to getting out on April 13th for opening day, June 4th for our opening day. And we'll see you
I'll be at
again.
Can't wait.
And I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. See you then.
Good luck on those brackets.
The Feel the Thunder podcast, the official podcast of the Trenton Thunder, is produced by Liz Sikorsky and Ben Wolverton and recorded live in Trenton, New Jersey. For information on tickets, promotion, and all things Thunder, visit TrentonThunder.com. Subscribe to Feel the Thunder on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find your podcasts.